I purposely avoided this film after release because I was keen to go watch it, got slated immediately, and I really like the original. I think it's a very atmospheric, effective, slow burn horror movie. I think the sequel, Prey at Night, is fine. It's not as good, but it's a decent transition into a slasher and perfectly serviceable and fun at times. So this new movie is the franchise, a part of a new trilogy. Surely there's some enjoyment to be had. I'm someone who finds enjoyment in a lot of schlock at times, so I try to be very positive, especially when watching films. So I'm about to watch it, and then we'll talk. I'm sure it's not as bad as everyone's saying. So it's a couple days later, and I've now seen in full The Stranger Chapter 1. The latest attempt to really try and make a franchise out of this name comes in the form of a trilogy, with the second film releasing pretty soon. I believe Chapter 1 was released last year. I'm no stranger.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
To bad horror movies. The Exorcist Believer, The Nun, Tarot. Halloween Ends. Watching this film made me want to add an extra star to all of these other bad horror films. So little actually happens in the film that everything in the trailers is also everything in the movie. Considering this is also a reboot, this film has an uphill battle. It really has to justify why we're back here. Not only to the name, but to the same kind of film, a normal home invasion. And spoiler alert, it doesn't even try. From the get-go, this damn movie has the bold idea of not being an origin story, not taking the strangers to a new location, not expanding on anything, just giving us kills in a cabin. Because we've never seen that before. Real inventive, if you ask me. I mean, I'm hard just from the description. All the tropes, all the cliches. The film never ends. It treats us to all of these things. The first big thing that really baffled me was when Maya was left alone in the cabin. Ryan, the boyfriend, has gone to get a body. I can't remember. I don't care. But she's being harassed at the cabin door by someone knocking. She'd previously been once. She came back and knocked again more aggressively. She decides to put music on and smoke a spliff. I'm all for a doobie. Look, don't get me wrong, but this is not the situation, Maya. You chose to drown out the potential intruder if they do come back with the loud music, and you choose to inebriate yourself by being stoned, making yourself less aware, less able in the face of potential danger. I mean, unless it's super weed, like I get it's calming, don't get me wrong, but I feel like in this situation, the paranoia would be turned up to 11. And so then when Ryan comes back and Maya's freaking out, he rightly states when he returns that she might just be being paranoid. And by the way, that first time we see the stranger at the door, lighting doesn't work properly in this universe. And about Maya as a character, at some point in the film I started to really feel bad, not because she was being tormented, but because I realized I think she just wanted to die. Based on how she acts, likewise with Ryan honestly, but we spend a bit more time with Maya. Although, if there is any saving grace, and I'm really forcing myself to find this, the performance for Maya is fine. It's okay. It's pretty decent. It's nothing special, it's nothing memorable. I know the actress was in Riverdale, and she seems legitimately passionate about her work, and she seems like a genuinely cool guy in real life. I hope she gets some better work in the future, because I don't have the highest hopes for the sequels based off this one. This movie is such a steaming pile of nothing. Just a plain microwaved plate handed to us, and we're expected to say thank you.
Fucking insane!
We spend so much time with nothing happening. I cannot tell you the amount of times where Maya and Ryan have the choice to either run or to hide from the strangers. Every time they choose hide, and it fails every time. I don't know why they keep trying it, but even the strangers are pretty lackluster in this film. The only small thing that gives me a glimmer of hope for Chapter 2 is that moment where the bagman is sprinting. That's kind of actually pretty fucking cool. But in this film, there are so many moments where I'm expecting a jump scare or waiting for any tension to build, but it just doesn't. I know a lot of people find the original quite boring because it is a very slow-paced film, so I do get that. But there was a great atmosphere crafted there, and it was built upon from scene to scene. We see the three strangers slowly ramp up to kill their residents. This film has nothing. No atmosphere, no good fake outs or jump scares. There's just no film here.
Be gone from me, you soy boy beta cock.
This made me feel bad about disliking the monkey as much as I did. There are jump scares in this film, by the way. None of them are good ones. Not a single one actually got me, and they're all generic as hell. So now I want to talk about some particularly insane, stupid things in this film. We get the standard of running and hurting your ankle and falling over. So much fun. Classic. We get the strangers taunting the couple with spooky red writing because, ooh, the red is like blood. They hung a dead chicken up in the dining room. I don't know how the couple didn't notice. I don't know how long it was there for. I don't know how it started dripping blood directly when the couple started eating. And I don't even know when the strangers had time to do that, but that one might seem like a nitpick. But the thing is, there's another moment later where Maya puts her hand through a nail and has to be quiet and try to take it out. Another classic trope. You know, they did the thing from other horror movies. That was a stupid circumstance because they were going so slowly and the location they were in was so clear. You could so clearly see the nail in front of you and she still just put her hand on it. But that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to specifically make is that these moments that you could maybe look past and move on from in more effective horror movies, this film drags these moments out, and it takes them so seriously too. But the number one most stupid thing in this film that genuinely I could not believe what I was watching. I was laughing at my TV. It was absolutely hilarious. Ryan actually gets the high ground for a moment. He's got a shotgun. He's approaching one of the strangers with it directly at the back of her head. This scene goes on for a ridiculously long time, and he doesn't even try to fire the gun. First things first, he should have shot immediately. You know now that these three people are trying to kill you, so just take one of the three. He shouldn't have asked any questions, but that's what he does. He asks where Maya is, and first things first, I don't know why he thought she'd tell him, but, you know, he tries, and he keeps trying.
Where's Maya? Where is she?
And for all he knows, she's just ran off. So, what? Obviously, the stranger doesn't give an answer. So, he tells her to turn around and says, give me one good reason not to shoot you right now. Ryan, buddy, she's not going to give you a reason. Her brain should have been all over the walls 2 fucking minutes ago. But that's not the best part. This is why it's my favourite scene of the film. After he's face to face with the masked stranger, Ryan finds the balls to say, you know how they say your first kill is always the hardest?
You're my second.
Now, to understand this, Ryan actually shot an innocent man earlier in the film, thinking it was one of the strangers. Nice one, Ryan. Killed an innocent civilian. Very badass. But he still doesn't shoot. And obviously gets got. I think this film might actually be satire, because I don't really understand otherwise. Even if you're a diehard Strangers fan, I don't see what you could get out of this. If you genuinely enjoyed the movie, that's great. You know, I wish I could have. But please tell me below, because I actively want to hear if anyone did. At no point throughout the film did the strangers come off threatening to me. I get the whole deal is, oh, we did this because you were here. You know, the thing they said in the first film. And yeah, not having a reason can make things scarier, but that doesn't really work a second time. So let's talk a bit about this in parallel to the original. That line worked because we didn't know it was coming, but now we've seen everything before. We've seen it done, and we've seen it done better. And there was that constant sense of dread that I spoke about in the first film. The constant question is looming, why are they doing this? The moment they killed the wrong guy in the original is actually a shock, because we were holding out hope for these guys. It felt like the strangers were ramping up, creeping closer, but this film just straight up has things seemingly happen, but nothing really moves forward. When the masked guy just watches Maya in the shower before literally vanishing like he's Jason Voorhees, first of all, perv, so note that down. But second of all, he's not done anything to fuck with her here. He's just watching her for our sake? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know, just do anything. Ever thought about that? Just do something. The film is full of moments like that, and there's just no movie here. So that's about all I have to say about this film. I genuinely feel like I wasted my time here, which is rare for any movie that I watch. I went to watch Morbius and Madam Web in cinemas. So that about does it. Let's go get stoned.